Hi, ever wonder what it's like to work another profession or live in the underworld? Listen to unsuspecting riders give a 10 to 15 minute personal masterclass as I spontaneously interview them as they enter my taxi. I'm your host, Simon Rushton, and this is Taxi Chronicles. Morning. Yes, we're back with another rider, another episode. Today we have a lovely lady who's in art, and she's come to London all the way from France, but she's Iranian heritage, so she's got some of the Persian in her with the creative style. She's going to tell us all about her love for art and what motivates her every day, and just how a typical day for her is. So nice to have you here today, Rona.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, how did you fall into the world of art?
Well, I've been drawing since forever, to be honest, and I decided to follow this during my studies, and then naturally I just went into the creative industry.
Okay. And what kind of art do you do?
So I do set design mostly, and sometimes I do illustration, but this is more like a side activity because I don't really earn a living from it. I do sets and film.
Okay.
Yeah.
So have you done any big films? Any films we may have heard of?
Yeah, sure. I did last year. I did a music video for Stormzy Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
And what else? Glass Animals as well. A few months ago, it was like a live performance, and yeah.
So what was it like working with the Stormzy and Ed Sheeran?
It was fun, although all the extras were drunk and underage.
Okay.
They were insisting on Stormzy was to his manager, can we have loads of bottle of Hennessy? And the manager was like, yeah, sure, no problem. So everybody was drunk, and we worked overtime because they were all like partying. It was like a massive party scene. Yeah.
But then surely that's more authentic.
Was
right, you do the set design, but for the person who's doing the production, I don't know what the scene or the theme was, but it's more, if they're drunk and it's about partying and dancing, then it's kind of more authentic, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Well, if you act, you don't need to actually be drunk to, But I see what you mean.
I don't drink, so I don't know. I'm never drunk, so I have to throw my hands up there. Okay, so when you're doing this set, how do you get into your client's mind? Because your client's got a vision, and you have to listen, hear, understand, and bring that vision to life. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So tell us the tips. What have you learned about how to do that that you wish you knew when you had started this business?
Well, I guess you already know, if you study, you already kind of know how to deal with this because you have all the tools to be able to communicate ideas, and if the director is open to ideas and it just it flows quite naturally and nicely. But I guess it's just about first idea, mood boarding, and then drawing, doing some 3D modeling eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how long does it take to bring it to life? Because obviously they look at you and they find out who you are, and they like what you do, and then they approach you. I assume, correct me if I'm wrong here, and then you have a meeting, and then from there it starts to birth and create.
Yeah.
So how long is that process?
It depends on each project. Most of the projects I do are pretty short though, so I would say from the moment they contact me to the end of the project, it probably is like 2-3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was the theme for the Stormzy and the other guy? I forgot his name.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran, yeah. What was the theme for that set?
Well, the story was just a couple of like a team of girls going out. They get ready and then they just go to the convenience store, buy some booze, and then go to this party, meet Stormzy, and that's it.
Okay, so nothing really hard.
No.
It's just
No.
just a Friday night, really.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. Nothing special.
Have you had anything that you had to put your heart and soul into? I mean, like you're thinking, this is a real hard one to do for a client.
Yeah, at the beginning, every single job, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, every time I'm like, oh my god, am I gonna be able to do this? But as the project moves forward, then you realize, no, actually, it makes sense, and everything is, it works.
So it'd be fair to say you need a lot of self-confidence in what you do.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Do you just work at independent or are you on a team?
It depends on projects. I mean, for a whole year, I've been mostly assisting because I first arrived in London and I kind of needed a lot to get experience. But now I'm mostly doing my own thing. But it's mostly it's teamwork, because I mean the design part I do it on my own if I'm not assisting, if it's my own job.
Okay.
But then I have assistants usually on set to help dress the set and everything.
So if you were speaking to a younger person who is just going to start out in this industry, what would be your advice to them?
To stay very humble, be willing to be very hands-on, don't be afraid of contacting like big people in the industry to work with them. I mean, there would be a lot to say, but yeah, that's the first thing that's come to my mind.
Okay. All right, that's good. That's very good.
Yeah.
A question that I always ask all my guests is, what impact do you want to have in the world?
That's a very good question, actually, because this is actually something I was talking with my friend Sarah lately, because you realize when you step in the professional world that if you want to make a living, unfortunately, you need to take on a lot of commercial job or things you don't really believe in, artistically or socially or any, it's a very tough one, to be honest. So
you talk about your personal moral standing.
Exactly. Sometimes ethically I disagree. Sometimes I don't believe in the project. I think for any reason it's not worth doing it. And sometimes I still do it because I need the money. I need to pay my bills. But especially when you come out of school very fresh, you're like, oh, I'm never going to do commercial, I'm never going to do this or that. But then you realize, actually, how are you going to
live?
Exactly.
What kind of thing would you say that have been against your morals?
Well, I don't want to say what, because if anybody listens to the podcast,
right.
But I guess it would just be some content that I don't agree with, that is not it's difficult to describe it without actually saying it.
Okay.
But I did a show lately and I didn't agree with. I mean, it was very superficial and kind of, nothing very...
So it may be exploitative to a certain group or whatever.
No, I wouldn't say that far, but it's just, not interesting, a bit useless, a bit superficial, yeah.
All right, so it's just the way that person wants their entertainment to come across.
Exactly, yeah.
But then, some people would say that doesn't really matter. But I understand your point of view. Somebody asked me this question, and I've said I'm going to steal this question for my interviews.
Yeah.
And the question is, if you could do any job in the world, regardless of pay, i.e. you will get paid whatever, what job would you do?
my God, that's a very tough one again.
Yes, it's
So if I
tough,
could do, sorry, say again. So
you
if
could
I
do
could,
any job in the world,
yeah,
regardless of pay. So pay is not an issue. You're not going to get paid less. You're not going to get paid more.
okay,
You're going to be happy with the pay regardless. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's all about the job. What job would you do?
I think I would still do what I do now, but I really want to work on independent feature films, things that are very socially engaged, like working on a Ken Loach movie would be one of my dreams, for example.
Mm-hmm.
But I would definitely see myself doing this. I really don't see myself doing anything else.
Okay.
Yeah.
In essence, that is a trick question,
Yeah.
because my old question used to be, if you could do it all again, would you? But I like the way this question is posed, because it makes somebody have to think really outside the box.
Yeah.
And if they come back to what they said, like you, about their own career, then you know they're happy in what they do.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because that is your true love, it's your baby, it's your everything.
Yeah.
In that respect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely see what you mean. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's been a great interview.
That was such great questions. It actually made me think so much. Thank you.
And where can people find you? If people want to, because we get all kind of people on the show, music directors, film directors, all these kind of things. You'll be surprised. We have over 34 countries listening to us.
Oh, wow.
So where can people find you if they want to use your services or check you out? Instagram, website?
Yeah, both. Actually, my Instagram has my link to my website. So if you type Rana Fadavi, so R-A-N-A, and then Fadavi, F-A-D-A-V-I, and then .com is just my website. But yeah, Rana Fadavi is my Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for that.
Thank you so much.
And we wish you well.
Thank you. That was so interesting.
We hope you liked that interview. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get the latest daily episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economy and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources? Then listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you will hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m.